Welcome to Sambhashana, a fortnightly talk show where I will be presenting conversations with diverse personalities from various industries, and I am your host, Nilima Somashekar. For this week, we have an interesting and multi-talented personality from the fashion world who has made India proud by winning Mrs. United Nations Charity 2020 in May, and she is also the winner of Mrs. India 2019 Face of South, Mrs. Anjali Rao. She is mother of 4 years old daughter, a mommy blogger, a regular contributor to parenting magazines and fitness blogs. She is also a yoga and a fitness enthusiastic. Anjali actively volunteers for social causes, government schools, and fundraisers for causes closer to her heart. She's currently working for Wipro Limited as a project manager. Anjali, a very huge or hearty congratulations to you on your recent title. And I'm super proud to have you on Sambhashana.
Thank you so much, Nilima, for a wonderful introduction and lovely to be here and just to be talking to you. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh my God, this platform, I personally want to say a little elated with you, with having you.
Thank you so much. The feeling is
Yes.
mutual.
Yeah, mutual. Today, Anjali will be sharing with us her learning, the challenges, and many more things with us. Okay, let's, without any further delay, I would just like to know what does winning Mrs. United Nations Charity 2020 and the Mother Earth, Mrs. India Earth, Face of South mean to you and for the country?
Well, to be honest, Nilima, I'm still, trying to sink in this feeling that this has actually happened. Back in 2019, when I won the Mrs. India Earth 2019 Face of South, it was just happened. It happened, and just before the pandemic, it was very surreal. The whole feeling that I actually won a pageant, and it was a it was a pageant filled with not just glamour but a lot of intellectual aspect, I would say. So for me, winning this latest title, that is Mrs. United Nations Charity 2022, it means a lot, because to me it's not about beauty, not just about beauty, but I feel it is about what we can give back, to the community as well. Especially with my title, Mrs. United Nations Charity, it's about philanthropy. It's about what platform this pageantry has given to me to be heard on different levels, like
Yes.
today, right now, I am talking to you on Sambhashana, and this happened only because of this title. You see?
No, you know what, Anjali, adding to this, way back when we met, your charity title did not happen. But the reason why I could correlate to this title, because the kind of things you're so passionate about, the kind of things that you want to do is so in sync with this title. I believe in it, So I think, sometimes things happen with the angels just all around us.
Yes, I completely agree, Nilima. I feel the same. So exactly, this pageantry has actually also, helped me discover my strengths and, my
Absolutely.
weaknesses also. So this
Yes.
title means a lot to me because it's an overall achievement, I would say. Like I always talk about women empowerment, right? For me, beauty is not just about pretty face, it's
Yes.
about celebrating women, not just
Yes.
about the beauty. It's about
Mhm.
inside and outside. And that is why this title means a lot to me.
I know. And adding to this, I wanted to ask you, can you please show us your crown? And I'm so glad that you have it on you. And thank you for, showing this to us. And, and also when, this kind of contest, when people like you win, does it have an impact on our nation as well?
Well, very good question, Nilima. Yes, it does. Because, this is actually a platform to, like I said, give back to the community, right? On an international level. So, say, United Nations on its own is a heavy, heavy word, As a
Yes.
title holder, if you have to go
Mhm.
internationally perform, not just charity, in philanthropy or just, uh, talk about women empowerment, people listen to you, and that
Yes.
is why I'm very, very, very grateful for this title, because it has given me
Mhm.
that platform to be heard, to be to my for my voice to be heard today, you see, and
Yes.
to be a role model, to inspire and motivate others. So this means a lot to us, to me.
I know. And, with all this excitement, can you just tell us how this is all start, or where did the seed even start? Or was there a turning point? Someday you just woke up and I want to do this, or just we want to hear this.
Oh, wow. See, Nilima, every girl, at some point in her life, I feel, dreams about this becoming Miss India or having a crown on her head, right? So as a teenager, so did I. I've always dreamt
Mhm.
about being this beauty queen as a little girl. But being a middle class girl, I had to focus on my studies, right? And then on
Mhm.
my career, and then I got married, I had a child, and that I think was a turning point for me, having a baby. What happens is in the society today, what people think is once you have a family, once you're married, that is it, that's your life. But I wanted to tell others, no, that is the beginning of your life, and
Yes.
that was a turning point where I thought I have to maintain my individuality as a woman, and I should not lose myself. And that is when I registered myself for this pageant, because I wanted to understand what is it that I can do more, as not just as a wife, not just as a mother, not as just as an employee, but what is it, what am I, who am I? And this pageant happened, and wow, that was just the beginning, for me, the turning point, like you said. And now
Mhm.
today, my baby girl, she is everything to me. I want to be confident. I want to be creative because I want her to be confident. I want her to be creative. I want her to be kind, compassionate. And I think she learns everything from parents, right? From me and my husband.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that is why I am doing whatever it is that I want her to do. I want to be a good
Okay.
role model myself so that she becomes a good person. Kind.
Like you rightly said, only when you dream, you will be able to see yourself out there. I take this as a message, and this will never stop dreaming. And the other thing, what I also liked when you just said is, being a mother should not stop you from achieving anything.
Very true. Very true, Nilima.
Yes, 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 yes. And from whatever you've been, winning, back to back couple of titles, uh, what were your working life look like, and what are your challenges? And being a mother, how did you all manage this?
Well, I have only two people, or I would say many people to thank for this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, my husband, he's been very supportive. Without a supportive family, without my husband, without my mother, this wouldn't have been possible. Because as a woman, when you're juggling a full-time job, you're managing home, work, a little kid, trust me, it's going to be hard on you because you are preparing for the pageant. You're preparing, not just your walking, talking, your self discipline. Everything changes. Your life changes. It's a
Yes,
lot of hard
yes.
work, right? You have to set boundaries as to you can't neglect your child, you can't neglect your work. So time management becomes very important here. So for me, my family support, time management was the most important thing here, which actually helped me pull this off, to in this
Yes.
journey of mine. Apart from that, at workplace, I would say I had good support from my colleagues, my peers. Everybody was quite supportive. Well, there are times that you have to sacrifice a few things. There are times that I had to work overnight. I had to work extra hours. I had to miss a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these things happen. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the journey, that you have to sacrifice a few things,
Mm-hmm.
have to struggle a bit. That is what makes you what you are. So, well,
What has been your, if you put a bucket list of all your sacrifices, what tops the list?
wow, good one. So, yeah, you put me on a spot here. So I would say sleep because I had to give up a lot of sleep so that
Mhm,
I make time for my child, make sure that I
mhm.
spend enough time with her. So the only time I get for myself is when she's asleep in the night. So that is when,
Yeah,
yeah,
I even seen this, where you mentioned in one of your posts, wherein your daughter is sleeping, and then, out of your house, even you showed your map. That's when you did, and you 5 or 10 kilometers of walking or running that you did. I still remember this post, and you said this all happens when your daughter is asleep.
yes, that's right. Because like I said, neglecting your child is the last thing you want to do. So the only time you get is, when your child is asleep. So I have actually sacrificed a lot of sleep, not just for my workouts, but for my, say, research. You have to be, up to date with the current events. You have to know what's
Yes.
going on in the world. You have to,
Yes.
yeah. So all of these takes time, and we all have 24 hours a day. So we have to manage 24 in 24 hours, and that means giving up on sleep.
I know, I know. Again, because see, apart from being a mother, you are also a working woman, and we have challenges, in both the lives, being a mother or a working professional. I'm like, can you tell us what kind of challenges that you faced during the pageant, or for building up this for this title? What are the kind of challenges that you've gone through?
Yeah. So, if you ask me, Nilima, no matter how modern we are, no matter how forward or developed country or developing country we are, there's always this issue of sexism at work, right?
Yes.
You are a woman. So
Mhm.
there's always going to be this gender discrimination, which I've always seen throughout my career. I'm not talking about today or
I
tomorrow.
echo that very strongly and loudly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely something that we see on an everyday basis, right? So because you're a woman, maybe you're getting paid less, or maybe you're working harder. Because look at it this way: because you're a working woman, you end up working at home. You're working again 9 hours at work. So what does that mean? Are you working around the clock? Yes, you are, right? So I feel that is the difference. That is what sets us apart. Women, working women especially, and well, not everybody would understand your journey, and that is okay. That's how it's going to be. But at the same time, the sexism has to go. And how are we going to make it go? I think we have to start it at home, in our own households. We have to teach our children that men and women are equal. Women are also entitled for the same kind of privileges, if I may say so, that women or with men have. So it has to be equal. It's not that okay, men get promotion faster than women, or men can perform better than women. It's not that. Women are actually, I'm not saying women are superior, not at all. I'm just saying women are super women.
Mhm.
We should change it to super women, because they do
Absolutely.
so many things at the same time. And I'm talking
Yes.
about everybody, be it a working woman, be it a homemaker. It's not an easy thing to do. So that has to change. And professionally, I've also faced this. I've seen this, that, okay, because you're a woman, you get lesser privileges. Men get to voice out their opinion first. Your opinions are maybe taken maybe later on, or maybe not at all. So these are the things that really need some to be highlighted, and we need to do
Mhm.
that as a society. Yeah.
Yes. No, you have seen, where, this discrimination, the patriarchy, the pay parity, we've spoken about it. And also women have very thin chances to make it to the top management. I hope you agree with that, with all this discrimination. In this background, I would like to know your thoughts on how women should empower themselves to just be there on par.
Good one. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Today we talk about women empowerment. Everybody says, "Oh, women empowerment. I'm a feminist." Firstly, I want women to understand what is women empowerment. There's this word, women empowerment and feminism. It's very loosely used nowadays. So first
Yes.
of all, women have to understand that we should be given, the due respect in the society that is, and have that
Mhm.
actual empowerment, that we are entitled to live in dignity. We want freedom. When I say freedom,
Mhm.
I'm not talking about, okay, I can wear whatever I want, I can do whatever I want. No, it's not that. It's not about clothing. It's not about entering a temple and saying, women are allowed to enter the temple. No, it's not about those things. It's about, it's not even about showing that women are superior than men. No, it's not that. For me, it's about gender equality. It's about um, how we are all equal, and women are also seeking to be, placed as high as men are in the society today.
Mhm.
So, nowadays, if you see, women are getting paid less, they are expected to cook, and there's restrictions from family. So all of this, I think, has to stop. Like, I'm not saying women shouldn't cook, they should, but I think a woman and a man, when you're taking care of your household equally, a man can also cook or help around, right? They should have equal rights in, say, participating in the education, society, economics, politics, whatever you name it. Women should have equal rights. That is what I'm talking about. So all we need is, there's nothing called women are higher or men. It's about having equal rights to education, being treated, the same way. That is what it is.
Yes. Yeah, I think women do not want any special kind of treatment to us, just that let us be ourselves and we want everything to be equal.
Correct. And women have to understand their worth. We have to work on our self-esteem, we have to work on confidence. And that is when I come back again to the pageantry. I feel I owe a lot to pageantry, because some of the weaknesses that I saw in myself, I could hone it, I could strengthen it, be it public speaking, be it confidence,
Yes.
And yeah, there are so many things that you can actually learn. So I feel this is also about women empowerment. It's not just about glitz and glamour or fashion or just wearing, those shiny clothing. It's not just about that. Yeah, it's much more than that.
You know what, Anjali, even I have realized growing, up these years, I've realized that unless and until you don't invest in yourself, you won't be able to put yourself out there as being empowered. What do you think about that? Is it important that a woman should invest in themselves?
I love the term you use, Nilima, invest in yourself, because
Yes.
it's 100% true. Yes. So when you say invest in yourself, yeah, your education, upgrading yourself, or upskilling yourself, which is very important, you know, because what happens is when you start neglecting yourself, you lose confidence, you lose track of time, and you've lost who you are in the
Yes.
the bargain. So that is why investing yourself is very important. Uh, be it time, self care is not selfish at all. I always say this to everybody. If you're taking care of yourself, you're going to be happy. If you're going to be happy, your family is going to be happy. So
Yeah.
invest time, money also in yourself. You're only going to get better and better.
I also agree to that, and also your state of mind. I believe that if you're not happy, you cannot have things around you, happy, or make things around, happy, or at home. You cannot do that. So self-care, being happy, investing in yourself, all we have to take care of ourselves, right?
Very true.
Yeah, yeah. And quite a lot of insightful things that you have shared with us. With all this, I'm sure you would have had a lot of learnings in your journey. Can you just share some of your learnings with us?
Oh, wow. Oh, definitely. So, during this entire journey, pageantry, especially this fashion industry and this entire journey, has taught me a lot of things. Number one of all, I would say, is, living a good life, a well lived life. When I'm saying living a good life, it's not about just, dressing up, looking good. No, it's not about giving back to the community, right? It's about community service, how you can make others happy. That is when your life is valued. So that is something I've learned from pageantry. I've actively worked, with a lot of institutions, a lot of people, to, if I may say so, NGOs, in making the society a better place and voicing out some of the social issues. So that actually has made my life better. So that's number one that I've learned. And similarly, I've learned that there are good and bad things, right? So I always take it with a pinch of salt. I've always learned from my journey that beauty pageants, or even life for that matter, okay, people are paid to judge you, especially in a beauty pageant. Life is also like that. Like, people will judge you. You'll have people will score you, rate you as per what you are. But at least in a beauty pageant, you get scored. You win a title. You win something. But in life, you will also be judged. You have to understand how to take it positively and let the negatives go and learn from the positive
Yes.
aspect, right? That's something I learned. At the same time, I also learned, achieving your dreams can be very uncomfortable. Okay. So, but at the same time, it will be very satisfying at the long term.
Okay.
Because, for example, just to give a quick example, for me, this whole pageantry 2 years during the pandemic, it wasn't easy. It was very uncomfortable. Thanks to work from home, a kid, and then, work is never ending. So I had to work on myself. I have stage fear too. So I had to, actually work on myself, to work on this confidence, all of this during this pandemic. So it was uncomfortable, but it was worth it at the end, right? So that is what I'm talking about. So it can
Yes.
be difficult, but follow your dreams. That is what I learned. Another,
Maybe I need to, you need to help me with that stage fear bit of it also. I think we'll get, our meeting is pending. We need to figure that out when we're going to meet, so I could get some tips from you.
oh, you are good at it anyway. But oh yes, we can definitely share notes, find something that can help each other. But
Yes,
another
yes.
fun thing, that I've learned during this journey in Nilima is, envy is actually a real thing. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say envy, people, when you're actually going to achieve your goal, right? People will say a lot of things. People will say, hey, you're exercising too much. Don't do this. Your health will go haywire. Hey, you're looking so thin. Don't do this to yourself. Hey, are you not taking care of your child? How do you have time for all this? So all of this
Yes,
will come your way, right? This will just come out of, say, there are good wishers, good well wishers, which I have. Thank God for that. I have amazing people around me. But I'm talking
yes,
about there will be people who will let you down, who will try to put you down, demotivate you. So I want other women to understand this, that never let anything negative get to you. You have a goal,
yes,
go for it, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Never let naysayers say you cannot do this. Why are you doing this? How are you going to
Mhm.
manage work? Never let anyone tell you that you can't do it. If you have a dream, go for it. This is one thing I learned, and I think it is an amazing lesson that I learned in this journey.
Wow. I'm sure this is a very empowering, what you say, lesson that you've taught. Another thing, Anjali, this is, after talking to you, and, I would wanted to ask you this. Being a mother, somewhere, when you kind of sacrifice and do so many things for yourself, when you achieving, somewhere, a guilt comes that I'm leaving my child back. But then there is also another lot of women who says that never feel guilty that you're going ahead and chasing your dream. What do you have to say about this aspect? Is with the guilt which runs as a mother.
Well, to be honest, that guilt will never go. All right. That
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
mom guilt is something built in, which every mother
mm-hmm.
gets, right? So even if you're spending, say, an hour extra on your work, could be, anything, you will always feel that, oh my God, I know I should what I don't want to neglect my child. I have to do this. I can't be doing this for myself all the time. So there are times also, right, that you will not be able to, the things will not go as planned, like whatever you planned, right? You may fall sick or the kid will fall sick, and there are times that you have to let go of your say some classes that you're attending, or your pageantry, whatever that your plans are. So these things happen, but I'll tell you one thing: mom guilt will always be there, but the show must go on, right? Your work must go on, life has to go on. Sometimes you have to put this in the back seat. You have to learn to adapt. You have to learn to adapt to the situations. You have to keep moving, and that is another thing that I've learned: problem solving skills. These things will happen. You feel that you have not spent enough time, but you can make up for it. How? You'll have these weekends. You make sure that you spend more time with the child. You make sure that your child is not being neglected. Like for me, in my case, like I said, I had to give up a little bit on sleep, right? So that's how I could manage it. But mom guilt was always there because I had to travel to Delhi for 6 days for the Mrs. United Nations pageant, and I've never been away from my child. So that was a major mom guilt for me. That how is she going to manage? How is my husband and my mother going to manage my kid? So, but I think this is what strengthens you, right? This experience is one of a kind. It helped me to understand how difficult it was for me to stay away from my child, how difficult it was for my child to stay away from me. And when I came back,
Mm-hmm.
I made up for it. So I would like
Okay.
to tell women, please, mom guilt will be there, but don't neglect yourself too. That's all I'll say.
Wow, wow, wow. That's right. Now, after winning these two titles and the kind of charity work and everything that you're doing, what next? Is there something that you're working on? Would you like to share with us?
Oh yes. Well, I do have a lot of things in mind right now. I'm still overwhelmed with just the crown and the title and the sash.
Yeah. Have you treated yourself after all this?
To be honest, not yet.
Okay.
Let's begin with you, Nilima. Let's
Mhm.
celebrate. But yeah, as I said, once I got back, I just get back settled in work and this and that. But
Mhm.
I do have a lot of plans. What I plan to do is launch my social awareness campaign and talk about what is going on in the society, make an impact, make a powerful statement, get noticed as to why we are doing this, what needs to change in today's society, what is it that is lacking. And about that, I want to help the women in the society to understand, you know, what is it that we are lacking, if we are lacking, that is. So if you have goals and dreams, how to achieve it? Why do
Mhm.
we need to achieve it? Why do we have to maintain our individuality? This is the message that I want to convey to women, and I want to do
Mhm.
something about it. But you will get to know soon, and
Yes.
I'm sure we'll be working together on it. And I'll,
Wow. Wow. I my best wishes to you in whatever you're doing. And if you feel that anywhere, I personally or Sambhashana as a platform, if it can support your endeavors in whichever way, feel free to reach out. You're always welcome, and then we could, figure out how we can support each other.
thank you so much, Nirima. Means a lot.
Yes, yes. And we're just moving to the last fast five questions where this will be a rapid round where I will ask a simple five questions and there where you need to answer it with a word or two. So can we begin this?
Go ahead.
Yeah. The first one is, what do you do to de-stress yourself?
Hmm. I create designs.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, we get to see that a lot on her social media pages. Yes. One word for your husband.
Amazing. Superman.
Okay. If you are not in the office or not at doing your photo shoots or working in the gym, where is that one place that we can find you?
Home. Always home.
All right. And do you have any favorite celebrity in the fashion industry?
I would say Priyanka Chopra.
That she is a person to look up for most of us. And your most adorable thing about your little daughter?
Her naughtiness.
I know, we get to see that as well. Yes, thank you so much for answering this at a short. Then, if people want to reach out to you, Anjali, I would like you to give away your social media or any other thing that where people can reach out to you.
So it would be my Insta handle.
Mhm.
Look for me, look up Mrs. Anjali Rao official or just Anjali Rao official. ANJALI RAO underscore official. And you'll find.
Okay.
And
Yes,
please reach
I'll.
out to me if you have anybody, if you have any, questions about pageantry, about women empowerment, about anything at all. Please feel free to reach out.
Wow, that's amazing, Anjali. Anjali, this is indeed an honor to have you on the show and for this inspiring conversation with you. I'm sure you will go ahead and inspire many women out there. And once again, truly wishing you all the very best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Nilima, and thank you for also inspiring me throughout during the pandemic with your workout videos. It's been amazing watching you.
Thank you. I think I always tell this saying that you kind of give some inspiration and you take some inspiration. That's how it is, right? The world is all out there. The universe is just there. I think women should inspire each other and grow together.
Yes, I completely agree with this statement. Women empower women. We have to lift each other up. We have to help each other. And thank you for inspiring Nilima.
It's mutual. I think if we women don't support each other, who else will do that?
Very true.
Yes, right? Yeah. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Nilima. Wonderful talking to you.
Same, yeah.